Welcome back to Ask Amy. I'm meteorologist Amy Sweezey here to answer your weather questions. If you have a weather question, stick around to the end of this video and I'll tell you how to submit your questions for Ask Amy. This question comes from Sarah in Lake County, Florida. Sarah saw someone on social media posting about an invest, and she wrote in to ask for an explanation. It's such a great question, Sarah. Thanks so much for asking. So every year when hurricane season begins, you'll start to see something called an invest. Invest is just short for investigation, and it refers to a weather feature that the National Hurricane Center is investigating and actively monitoring. It's not necessarily an area that's expected to develop into a tropical system. It's simply an area that's being investigated for any number of reasons. It's a term that's been used internally by the National Hurricane Center for decades, but it started being shown on television and social media in the last several years. Now, in their glossary, the NHC defines an invest as a weather system for which the NHC is interested in collecting specialized data sets and/or running model guidance. Once a system has been designated as an invest, data collection and processing is initiated on a number of government and academic websites. Several years ago, a former warning coordination meteorologist at the National Hurricane Center, Dan Brown, told me that there really are no set standards for initializing an invest. It's really a procedural thing within the Hurricane Center, and it wasn't originally meant for the public to even know about. But much like computer models, once the media and social media jumped on it, it became a thing that everyone needed to know. Sometimes an invest is named simply to test the models and products, and sometimes no skillful computer models are even run on an invest. There are no latitude, longitude coordinates plotted. Part of the NHC glossary definition says the designation of a system as an invest does not correspond to any particular likelihood of development of the system into a tropical cyclone. A good meteorologist may talk about an area of potential tropical development long before an invest is even triggered by NHC. But on the other hand, conversely, you may not hear your favorite TV meteorologist say a word about an invest, even though you've seen it posted somewhere online. Areas of investigation, invests in the Atlantic Basin aren't named, but they are given numbers from 90 to 99. The first invest of a season will be named Invest 90L. The L means it's in the Atlantic. So just as a side note, A is assigned to invests in the Arabian Sea, and E is for areas in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. But in Florida, in the US, specifically on the East Coast, we're usually talking about Atlantic storms. Now, the numbers repeat, which means the second invest of a season will get the name Invest 91L. After Invest 99L, the numbers just recycle back to 90. So the purpose of the numbers is basically just to name which disturbance is being tracked, since there's usually more than one happening at the same time. If you see an invest with a number after it during hurricane season, rest assured that means that the National Hurricane Center is watching it. Thanks again to Sarah, who asked today's question. If you have a weather question that you would like me to answer, you can do that in the contact tab on my website. Just go to amysweezey.com. And of course, please hit like on this video if it was helpful. Feel free to share it with your friends who are weather nerds and subscribe for more Ask Amy weather content. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.